What's up? How's it going? That's the beginning of the podcast. Isn't that amazing? That can just be the start of it and then nothing else. Just a really stupid, just two words. Well, it's actually, if you think about it, it's three words. I just, through the mastery of words, condensed it down to two. That's right. What's up actually means what is up. And I conveyed a three-word idea in two words. So I just want you to say, all hail gross. Even joking about having an ego is like disgusting to me. I can't. I don't know if you guys remember, or if you even ever did watch it. There's this video on Alex Fisher voice crack. See, this is why I need to humble myself, right? I get up on that high horse, all the way up there. There's no elevation. There's no there's no air. There's no oxygen. Then the voice starts getting cracky. It's just like a ravine in your esophagus. So you got to have enough airflow. That's why you can never get too high up there. You got to stay grounded. Anyways, there's a video on Alex Fisher Wagner's channel, Craving to Create. This one, here it is. And in there, I start joking. There's a clip in there. You can watch it if you want. There's a joke in there. So in that video, Alex asked Tia and I, like, why did we start YouTube? And earlier in the video, I gave my answer, and then Tia gave her answer. And Tia's answer, I feel like she'll argue with me on this, but her answer is just objectively better. And so then Alex was like, oh yeah, that was way better than Gauruv's answer, which I agree with. Mine was shit. It was just garbage. And then he gives me a chance, hey, you want to retry your answer? And then when I went to retry my answer, I like jokingly started saying like, oh yeah, well, people just want to see my voice made like whistle noise. I apologize. I started, what's funny also? I can't even whistle. I don't know how to whistle. I have accidentally whistled more times than I've ever purposely whistled because I don't know how to whistle. So I've never whistled on purpose. Anyways, Alex turns it to me. He says, you want to retry your answer? And I start giving my answer. And I start, playing this person with a big ego. And I immediately had to shut myself down because it even felt gross joking about it. I cross my arms. I go, well, people want to, they want to come to Davis or whatever. Or people really want to just see me or something. I don't know. See, I don't even remember. But it's like I feel like it's even difficult to joke about having an ego, because then isn't there a slight part of you that believes it, and that's why you're able to do that well? You must be some really good actor, right? To be able to convey an emotion that you've never felt in your life. You have to tap into something, right? That's how actors act, right? They tap into the raw, the real emotion. And so when you joke about having a big ego, aren't you tapping into that? Which means once upon a time, or maybe currently, don't you believe that? It's like when people make jokes, right? You've heard this, right? People say, oh, you know why people make jokes? Or every joke has a trail of truth behind it, or it's grounded in truth, or it's formed in or based in reality, based on a truth. These when you act a certain way and it's well, that's just a character. I don't know. Is it? At what point it becomes blurred? I guess, wow, do I struggle with that too? I thought about this because I like to think, and I strive to be the same way I am on camera in person. But then I started thinking about it more. I'm like, is maybe the reason, I think I'm pretty similar in both. And I was like, is the reason that's true is because in real life, I'm always hamming it up. And I was like, I think that's right. When I talk to anyone, I feel like I'm playing a character because that's social interaction, And so whatever character I'm playing on here, this online Garv, that's the same character I'm trying to play in real life, because both of them I'm playing a character. But then I was like, well then what's, the real you? Is it just you when you're by yourself? I was like, no. If you're always, no, if you're always acting away, right, in front of people, aren't you just that way? Or is the one moment you don't act away, you don't act that way, is that who you are? You know, people always do this. They look at celebrities or whatever, and the celebrity like had one bad day, and then from then on, people like write them off. They're like, oh, that person's an asshole because someone spilled coffee next to them and they didn't stop to pick them up, or like help them pick up that coffee. But it's like maybe that person's like whole family just died and they just got the phone call. I don't think, maybe they didn't even see the coffee. There's so much going on in their brain. But then they get the reputation of an asshole just because at one time they weren't a certain way. But it's like, if you're another way 99% of the time, shouldn't you get credit for that person that you are? But it's always when someone blows up, they always, when they like snap, people are like, oh, your true colors are showing. It's like, I don't think that's their true colors. I think that's just them like pissed off. That's just a side that we usually don't see. I don't think that's like truly who they are. I think that's just part of who they are, you know? And so whatever side of me you don't see, it's not that that is entirely me. That's another part of me. I just don't show it, right? I mean, you have that too, right? There's parts of you don't show other people. Like, for instance, this Bazinga shirt. I wear this shit to bed because I don't want anyone to see it, you know? The only reason I wear it is because, like, it's comfortable. I don't care if it gets dirty. It's, you can stretch it out. Those are really the criteria to get in my bed, You can get dirty, it's stretchable, and it's comfortable. What's up? What is he talking about? Nothing. Sorry. But honestly, I won't wear this in public because I don't want to be seen in a Bazinga shirt. That's why I'm recording myself for 45 minutes in the shirt and putting it on the internet for perpetuity. I didn't think I was going to get here. I don't even know how I got here. How did I start talking about being egotistical? I literally started the podcast by saying, "What's up?" And this is where I've gotten to. I now think less and less about this thing. Like, you and I used to say, like, oh yeah, I start a certain way on a premise, and then I hit two different points. I now am like, I know the first sentence I'll say, and then that's all I know. And then I just go from there, because I don't want to think too much about this. I did think about this episode that I'm recording a lot this whole day, because today is Labor Day. Well, actually, today's Tuesday. Listen, I didn't post this on Monday because I was like, okay, this is what happened. Sunday night, I went to sleep, and I was like, I should record the podcast, and then I should edit it, and then have it up tomorrow. But then I was like, or, at like 10 p.m. on Sunday, I was like, or I could go to sleep, wake up, record it in the morning, edit, get off to a productive start, have it up by noon, and then still have an entire day. And when I, flirt with the idea of putting something off to a later date, I might hook up with that idea. I get those rose-colored glasses, and I do it. I absolutely pursue that idea, and I get with that idea. So most of the time when I'm like, I could do it tomorrow, I put it off to tomorrow, and then don't do it. If I say, tomorrow, it's not going to get done. If I ever say it to you, it's not going to get done. I'm sorry, I just gave away my bluff, But if I say tomorrow, that's just like a in the moment release of pressure, Because then I'm going to go through the same shit tomorrow. I don't really know what makes me do stuff, Because even hard deadline, I don't want to talk about this. I don't know I don't know. But Labor Day, huh? 4-day week? This is bullshit. Okay, everyone talks about it, right? 5-day work weeks shouldn't exist. They shouldn't. Because when 4-day work weeks exist, hey, guess what? The work gets done. We plan for the 3-day weekend by getting our work done those 4 days. So why don't we just do that every week? 3-day weekends feel so much better. And honestly, we all have already come together and agreed that nothing even gets done on Fridays. Whatever is the one or two things you're doing on Friday, do them on Thursday. Or just spread them out through the other 4 days. This is the stupidest shit ever. And it sucks because the best argument to be made for 4 day work weeks would probably have come from the pandemic, right? People realizing that, oh, this shit is tiring. Oh my God. Because we're just like locked in and doing our job. I mean, I don't know. I know the pandemic's still in full force because of the Delta variant and everything. Like, I talked about it, what, last week or the week before? A friend of mine in Oregon, like, Oregon's numbers are higher than they've ever been. I know we're still in it, but like, I feel like our mindset is now out of it, with like schools coming back and shit. And it's like, by the way, it's this week, every day there was a new like violation or a new reporting email from Davis of someone that has it on campus. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Anyways, sorry. Um, it's good to be back. I'm happy to see everyone. I can't wait to see my friend. Sorry. Shut up, computer. I'm monologuing. I'm surprised that noise has never interrupted a podcast before. That shit pops up all the time. I think it's because I usually have my computer running. I just restarted it because it was like breathe in real loud, so I had to put it down and then defibrillate it back to life. I realized however many months ago there was this like buzzing noise, and I was like, oh yeah, there's this random buzz in my apartment now. It was my computer just on life support. It was breathing so heavily. It was you could have like cooked an egg on that shit. It was hot as hell. So yeah, there's no buzzing. I mean, I can kind of hear it from the hallway, what I thought it was, my hunch. But okay, can I just say, and this hasn't happened in a while, but I'm feeling it now. This episode sucks. Like, I think I've been doing pretty well as of late. Um, I really, so far, hate this episode. We're we're like 12 minutes in, and I think this is the stupidest thing ever. Let me go to my notes, because let's try to salvage this thing. I don't know. You know what? I got a really busy 2 weeks ahead of me. The weeks leading up to school. Even that first week of school is going to be a bitch. These next 3 weeks, this is stupid. I don't know if you remember. 3 weeks ago, I said these next 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I said these next 3 weeks are gonna suck. And I was like, you ever know that when the next like amount of time is gonna suck? The time didn't suck. The past 3 weeks have actually been very good and okay, good and plenty. They've been candy. But I can say these next 3 weeks, they're okay. They don't suck. Everything in these next 3 weeks that's happening are all great things. It's just a lot of hard work. And I don't know how you feel about hard work, but hard work sucks. And I mean, it feels good afterwards, but being on like the side where you haven't done it yet, that's the worst. That's like when you order, I've done this before, when you order 2 cheeseburgers, it's like when you finish a cheeseburger and then that was enough, and you look in the bag and you see another cheeseburger. You're like, oh, damn it. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to look like an idiot and throw an entire cheeseburger away. That's how I feel. This first cheeseburger, these last 3 weeks, I thought it was going to be a big deal. It wasn't. It was a tasty cheeseburger. These next 3 weeks, it's still a cheeseburger. Yeah, cheeseburgers are tasty. But that is going to be a labored task of eating that cheeseburger. Oh man. I'm going to my appetite will be satiated. Is that the word? I don't know. If I was if this was Minecraft, I would have 10 full hunger bars in 3 weeks, but oh man, it's going to be tough. It'll be good though. Okay. I think it's just that. Knowing that things are about to get like crazy. I'm going to go to my notes list. Uh, mm, okay. I was on Facebook. Oh, yep. Of course I was. I saw this. Okay. There's a girl I went to high school with. She's a few years older than me, and she has a kid. And she's had this kid for a while now. 2, 3 years. I don't know. Guess she ran out of hobbies. She was like, let's get a kid going. Sorry. I just don't get it. Why? Okay, sorry. But like I was talking to my mom earlier this week. It's like take up knitting. You know? Don't like why bring another life? Like there's so many things you can learn. It's not that I'm opposed to have it. I don't know. Did I talk about this on here? That like I've always said I'm gonna have a family later, and I still believe that, right? Like a family with like kids. But the past year or two, and currently, I cannot fathom having kids. Like I'm so anti kids right now. Like if someone's like, don't have kids, I'll give you $1 million. I'm like, well, that's a free $1 million because I was already gonna do that. I don't know. Like I told my mom this. I'm like, in a few years, I'm sure my mindset will change. And if I meet someone, like that might, influence that will influence things. But like right now, just me, and this comes with me being a very private person, like not wanting to really share my life with anyone. Why share it with this fucking new kid? It's like, and the kid's gonna get all the attention. It's like an intern coming in and like calling shots. It's like, no, you're the new guy here. Shut the fuck up, okay? I want food. Well, shut up. I want food too. Okay, I'm gonna go buy 2 cheeseburgers. I've been here a while. Okay, you're new to the game. You don't know shit. Like, yeah, I don't know. Play pickleball for the first time. There's so much. I don't know. It's just that. That's weird to me. Like, there's so much shit to do in life, and like, why rush into a kid? I'm okay. Sorry. Anyways, speaking of this woman's kid, she always posts pictures of him on Facebook. Not that that's an issue, even though I'm going to talk about it like it is one. But I notice every picture she posts of him, I get, beauty in the eye of the beholder. There's no, like, there's no one that sees more beauty in their kid than a mom or a parent or whatever, I don't know. Like a mom will look at their kid, hopefully, and that'll be like the most beautiful shit they've ever seen in their life. But like from an outside point of view, like a kid can be one of the most disgusting things ever. Okay. So she always posts pictures of him, and he's always like fucking disgusting in these photos. Like he's always like eating yogurt or like eating. It honestly looks like he's eating shit all the time because his face, it's probably chocolate pudding, but his face looks like he just, viral videos, the kids like going to blow out the candles and someone shoves their face in it. Imagine now you make the cake just of feces. It's just a shit cake and someone slammed his face in that. That's what he always looks like. It always looks like he just took, scat and just, and it's disgusting. And I hate it. I hate, I just, can you not afford napkins? Like, I'll buy you paper towel rolls. It's not that hard of a fix. Just, I don't know why. But what was the point I wrote down? I I wrote down gross kids are disgusting. Like, grossness is already disgusting, but something about seeing a gross kid is just uber disgusting. I hate seeing, like, how kids, they'll eat and then that shit just like spills off of their face and then there's always perpetual snot bubbles. I'm like, just get it under wraps, okay? You've been here long enough. You should know how things. Your hands work. I see. You're holding a spoon. Pick up a napkin with the other one and wipe that shit off. Come on. We're applying for a private elementary school next week. Get it together, Timothy. I don't know what his name is. I don't. If it is Timothy, I'm not calling him out. I made that up. Okay. But there's nothing grosser than a dirty kid. That's, ugh, it's, which is weird because people always say like, smooth as a baby's butt, or there's always this like the language used around babies is so pure. Like, oh my God, it's this like brand new life. It's like this gift from God. It's like, it has a very like pure, clean connotation to it. But it shits on itself and it spills everything, and you're like, hey, come on, there's people around. We're in public. And then even when you're not in public, your mom's taking pictures of you and posting that shit online. So now I have to look at it. It looks like someone took like blueberry jam. I don't know if that's a thing, but someone took like blueberry jam and they like spread it over toast, and then they just like hit him in the face repeatedly with that piece of toast. It just looks like he took a beating and there's blueberries everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like burnt toast too, so ooh, yeah, it's real hard. This sucks. This episode sucks. I'm just like shitting on someone that shits on themselves. Isn't that ironic? They already do it enough. I don't need to do it too. But you agree, right? Like, kids are so disgusting. Oh man, I I don't, I don't. I think I'm fine with kids. You know, like I was about to say, like if someone has a kid, this is probably something I'm gonna have to deal with, right? In these next few years, if we ever get out of a pandemic, like people I know are gonna have kids and they're gonna like want to show me their kid, and I'm gonna be like, I don't, they don't really have a very lengthy resume. I don't really want to meet. This sucks. I don't even know if I believe most of the things I'm saying here. I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know what to. I don't know. I was talking to a guy earlier this week, and he was telling me, he's a friend of mine, and he said, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry I haven't been keeping up with your podcast." I was like, "Oh no, it's fine." As you can see by this episode, just you miss this, who cares? But I was like, it's fine. I'm very open about it doesn't make any sense for anyone to listen to this. And he was like, well, the ones I have listened to, they're good. I was like, oh, well, thank you. And he said, it's just, they're really long. It's hard to really commit to that much time. And I was like, I get it. I totally get it. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, they are really long. How do I talk for that long? And I think I got inside my head and I'm like, what do you talk? Nothing you talk about's useful. You idiot, So now I think I'm stuck. I'm stuck because I know how stupid this is. It's very easy to keep doing something when you're able to lie to yourself and say that something matters. But when you get to that point and you realize how pointless and something sucks, it's hard to keep doing it, right? To justify keep doing it. I don't know. I shouldn't have waited this long to record. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday at 1:04 a.m. It's this is terrible. What? I'm gonna go to my notes. Anytime this gets terrible, you just go to the notes. That's enough about the gross kids. Oh, okay. Also about the 4-day work week thing. I don't know why. We've established a normal, which is 5-day work week, and it's when you go one way and you see it works, we don't have to go back to the old ways just because it's normal. We can establish a new normal. And I saw this in Pokemon Go. because Pokemon Go, during the pandemic, they increased. I don't know if you ever played, but there's these things called Pokestops and Pokegems. In 2016, when you all played, you probably remember them. But when you have to be like close enough to spin them, and then you get items or to interact with them. You know, in gyms you fight, and it's only this circle around you that has a certain radius. For the pandemic, because we're all supposed to be social distancing, they increased the radius of the circle, and it was just through and through a better game when they did that. But coming out of the pandemic, they kind of set the date to be like midsummer. In June, they were like, we'll take it away. We'll be done with the pandemic by then. And so in June or July, they took it away. They were like, we're back to the normal radius. And the community was up in arms. They were livid. They did not want this shit. So they, publicly outcried in forums, Reddit, and other stuff, I bet. They probably sent them emails. Who knows? I don't know where you interact with Niantic and the creators of that game. But however you do it, and however people did do it, it was enough. Because merely weeks later, after they reverted back to normal, they established a new normal. They were like, we took your feedback, and you know what? We're tired of reading all this shit. We're just going to put it back to the way it was. And then they reverted the change because it's better. It's a better game when you do that. And now we have a new normal. And I think I think it's so okay to establish a new normal. But there's so many fucking things in like society that have been like, I hate using the word society because it seems like I've gone off the deep end, You know what's wrong with our society? It's like, oh, here he goes, It's like, oh, this guy's losing it. But like everything that's been a societal norm, it's like we can, just because it's the norm doesn't mean we can't reevaluate it, The things that were in place hundreds of years ago, they can be amended. I'm not talking about anything in particular here, using this kind of language, but yikes, Texas, am I right? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Anyways, so yeah, I don't, like when you try out 4-day work weeks and you see that they're better and the same work is getting done, hey, keep doing that shit. And like the remote working, like this shit is way better. And why are we like itching to get back to normal? We can establish a new normal. We don't have to keep doing this stuff just because we did once upon a time, Just because something was a fairy tale doesn't mean we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes fairy tales suck. What am I saying? So yeah, I think we should take a page out of Pokemon Go's book, and we should see that, hey, just because something was normal at one time doesn't mean it has to be normal for all the time, You know what I'm saying? Hashtag 4-day work week. And you know what sucks about the 4-day work week? I know, I almost guarantee it, that in some point in the future, it will be the norm. But we're just going to take fucking forever to get there. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I sincerely believe that 4-day work week will be normal in, some point in the future. And it sucks because we have to like get there. And you would have thought that this would be a big catalyst this time that we're going through right now. It would be a push towards that. We have not moved the needle very far. Really. We haven't made much progress. I hate when people, I don't hate, but I get real sad when people say, I'm not going to see it in my lifetime. I'm like, damn it. Yeah. Like, shit, man. Like, I was talking to an adult and they were like, yeah, I think there'll be a 4-day work week. I was like, right. And they're like, not in my lifetime though. I was like, that's the saddest shit I've ever heard, man. That's why not though? I don't get like, I hate the word normal. Normal is so shit. Like, it's just like wait, it's normal because a bunch of people are doing it that way. Did fucking, and then someone does it another way and they have super great results, and we're like, wow, how did they do that? And it's like because they fucking took a risk. Okay, they thought a different way. When 99% of people are thinking one way, it's not hard to be the 1%. Just do the other thing. Like it's if you guys are all doing the same shit, it's not hard to do the other shit, you know? The difficulty is making it successful, but it's like you have so many options. Like if everyone's doing it a one way, hey, guess what? You have all the ways that aren't that one way. Then yeah, just you have all these options now, just make one of them successful and boom, it's like I don't I have a lot of thoughts. This isn't about what I've been talking about. I just have a lot of thoughts about like I was about to legitimately say I have a lot of thought about I can't talk. I was legitimately about to say I have a lot of thoughts about things. The fuck does that mean? I'm just I think I'm all over the place, you know? Um okay. Do you know the video I just posted? This one? Thank you for watching it, by the ways. But I want to talk about that real quick. Um, those messages that I displayed on the screen, all those like text bubbles, those are real. That those messages, I showed you every single message that was exchanged between Nora and I. That was a completely real conversation. Everything surrounding it, like that like narration I did and everything, like that's all made up and like for fun. But like when you just look at the messages, that was a real conversation. And I'm only saying that because I've been asked by multiple people, or not even asked, but they're like, you know, can you imagine if that really happened? I'm like, what do you? Those are real messages. I didn't just. Do you think I like messaged an alternate account and then like saved screenshots and did all that? No, I. And do you think I thought of all that? Like that'd be wild. I would never use honey that many times in messages, especially not to myself. I call myself babe. I'm just kidding. I call myself daddy. What? What did he just say? But no, those messages are all real. That's I was, when I was making that video, I thought, you know, someone's gonna think this is made up or like fabricated. Um, like I even thought that, but then I made the video and I was like, oh, no one's gonna think that. There's no way. Like, why would I spend that much time doing that? But then multiple people did. They're like, oh, that was great. Like, good idea with those messages. I was like, right, yeah, it was a good idea for a video. And they're like, no, like the ones you wrote yourself. Like that was wow. Like good thinking. I was like, that no, that that's real. So yes, I want to clarify that those messages are 100% real, and I showed all of them. I didn't like omit any message. Um, all the message you saw in that order was how they were. So thought I'd clear that up. Thank you for watching that. The video's doing well, so that's good. Like it's been well received. Um, so that's awesome. Uh, there's stuff in my notes I could talk about, sure, but I've been thinking about relationships a lot lately, right? And not that I'm in one, but I've been asked by multiple people recently. They're like, "So, you in the game? You getting around there?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not. No, I haven't really signed it. Like before you go to a like sporting event, you got to sign the release form. And no, I don't know what I'm talking about. But when you sign up for like a fun run, you got to like sign up for that shit. Then you get a T-shirt. You're like, I'm a large, but I look cute in a small. What's up? This guy's gross. like, I haven't like signed any paperwork or anything, so I'm not like in the fun run. What the fuck am I talking about? um, relationships. I thought about relationships, and relationships are like, you agreeing to like pretty much share your life, or like you being cool with sharing your life with someone. And I realize, through this like finding out that I'm like a very private person, that I don't. It's the same. Like I'm private. I'm even starting to sweat just talking about being private. But like there are like so few people I share my life with. And I like no, I don't know. But even like I don't share like every I think I'm just doubling down on this being the shittiest episode so far. This truly sucks, and I already said this episode. I was like doing well. I'm doing well. I've been doing well. I feel like for the past month or two. I don't know why I dropped a goose egg on this one so hard. I think it's because I didn't write much stuff down. I don't know. I feel weird. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's just talk about this. I've never felt this way doing this podcast. I don't know what this feeling is that I'm feeling, but it doesn't feel right. But I don't know what it is. Okay, maybe it's because this is okay. I think I got it. This episode is coming out a day late, right? And I think that, you know, to counteract the delay in release, you think it has to be even better. Like Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. That game was going to come out earlier this year. It was supposed to come out, I think, like last year, and then it got postponed. They made a trailer, and it was like, oh, it's going to come out. I think I think it was supposed to come out like Christmas time last year, and then there was a new trailer, and it was like spring 2021, and then radio silence, and then a new trailer came out like a month ago, and it's saying spring 2022, and it's like what like this is now like a year and a half after you guys said it was going to be posted. And so all the comments on the trailer are like, well, this better be the best Lego game ever, because they're taking quite a long time to make it. The trailer looks promising, but let's hope they deliver. I think that's what I feel, This is coming out a day late, so I'm like, it has to be amazing, right? And then that, nope, it's not. It's the worst fucking thing in the world. That sucks. I I don't think yeah, I haven't recorded a new video this week. I was trying to think like whenever like you feel weird, you try to look back in history. When did you feel this weirdness in the past? And like I said, I haven't felt this before, but the only other time podcasts have been out late is when I was making the UC Davis show videos. But those I felt okay with them coming out late because I was making that new video every week. And so I had something to talk about or like feel productive about every week. Because I was like, well, I made that thing. So, right? But I didn't record anything. I mean, the past week, I've been doing a lot of just, like, I haven't recorded just a standalone video for my YouTube channel, but I've been doing like a lot of like getting stuff, like a lot of like planning. This is tough because I don't like telling people things, I've just, we'll leave it at that. We'll use the P word. I've been doing a lot of planning the past week. So that's it. But because I haven't, I just came off a 3-day weekend. I didn't record a video the past week. Like, I guess do I feel like a loser? I don't know. Like, this is all I have to show for this past week, and it sucks this much shit. This is almost like that woman's kid. This thing sucks shit. It just got shit smeared all over its cheeks, like on the face, not the other ones. I mean, probably the other ones too, because it's a child and they just don't know how things work down there, and so it just all comes out and it just sits there, and you're like, oh my god. Thank God for diapers. What did we do before diapers? Oh God. And some parts of the world don't have diapers, right? So what do they do? Just kind of let it go and then you kind of just wash it? I don't know why, but I can't stop picturing like someone just having one giant leaf down there. One of those like real sturdy leaves that some like places use as plates to eat off of. Just one of those. Just like that episode of SpongeBob when Mr. Krabs is like rubbing that dollar bill between his legs. This picture or clip or whatever is right here. I'm just imagining just a big leaf down there and just getting like shit and piss all over it. This is so gross. I also can't stop thinking about that movie Year One. I think this movie, right? Is it called Year One? I'll put it right there. It has Jack Black in it. I'm pretty sure. I can't stop thinking about. This is all I've been thinking about for the past minute. Just Jack Black with a giant leaf under him, and that's it. Okay. This. I. What is happening this week? Okay, I think next week's episode will be better. I think I'm doing stuff this week. No, I can't guarantee that next week's going to be better. I'll try to write down more stuff. When I write down more stuff, it's better. You know what's better? When I don't. Okay, this is the perfect to me. This is a perfect podcast. Not the perfect podcast, but this is when I find it's the best. When I don't think about it at all, and then I just start, but then I have a bunch of stuff on my notes page. I think that's the best. And that makes sense because that's like my favorite content that I make. When I don't think about anything, I just look at a thing and then I make the jokes in real time and I react to it. Huh. I think this podcast ends in like 2 minutes, but who knows? We'll wrap it up in the next minute. Because really, how much more? I can't talk. Because really, how much more of this do you really need? I don't know. There was nothing redeemable about this episode. See, I'm gonna go to sleep after this, right? Because it's 1:30 a.m., 1:24 a.m. to be exact. See, I'm gonna go to sleep after this. Well, I'll put the files on my computer and everything, and I'll probably throw them in Final Cut Pro and sync all the audio real quick. But after that, pretty soon I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm just gonna think about this, and I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow or later today, and it's probably not going to be as bad as I thought it was, or it's going to be way worse. But as long as I'm laying in that bed trying to sleep, I'm just going to think, I legitimately just forgot what I was thinking about. Holy shit. I think I'm losing my mind. I that idea I was building up to that I was about to talk about, I forgot it. Hmm. Yeah, no, I just forgot what I was gonna say. I am sincerely so sorry. Like truly. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll talk at you next week. Bye.